Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Thursday's edition of Morning Brews. My name is Ryan Smeltz, and before we jump into today's episode, I just want to tell you, of course, about our sponsor, Soldier Girl Coffee Company. Be sure to check out her website in the show notes. The link is down there. And the number one reason why I chose to partner with Soldier Girl Coffee Company is because, besides the fact that it is a female veteran-owned business, and they sell one of my favorite drinks, coffee. She does CBD coffee as well, so that is what I believe really sets Soldier Girl Coffee apart from other companies. They have lots of different flavors. I have the Colombian roast in front of me right now, but she also has hazelnut, French vanilla cream, and southern pecan coffee. They sell CBD infused coffee, which helps with anxiety. It helps with all sorts of things. So if you are a fan of either regular coffee or CBD infused coffee, make sure you head on over to Soldier Girl Coffee today and scoop up a bag for yourself. Now, getting into today's episode, planning and preparation is the title. In case you skipped over that, this week we are talking about planning your week, planning your day. Yesterday we talked about sticking to your plan. So today we're talking about planning and preparation. And one of obviously the main focus here is going to be the preparation portion. It coincides a lot with whatever your plan is. But just like sitting down and taking 1% of your day to plan the other 99% will help everything go much more smooth. Preparing for anything that you have going on is going to help everything run more smooth as well. So I have 3 bullet points for you today. Be aware of your plan, how to better prepare, and embrace the chaos, which I have a whole slew of things to talk about there. Be aware of your plan. This is going to help you prepare, in a sense that what you came up with on Sunday may not, like we talked about kind of yesterday and the day before, isn't necessarily going to be in the forefront of your mind. So what you want to do is obviously refresh your memory, go back to your calendar, look over your checklists, and make sure that you're aware of whatever it is you have coming up, whatever it is you plan on doing, however you plan on approaching things. And overall, this is going to help you better prepare for what's to come. So I'll give you at least one specific example. I had a phone call with a good friend the other day, starting a business, and they wanted to ask me questions, kind of related around the technical aspect, as far as e-commerce, sales, and marketing goes, but also in a sense of kind of laying out their plan. And it seems like he is kind of like me in a sense that he has to say it out loud to think through it sometimes. But outside of that, he's got everything laid out. He has a timeline. He has certain goals that he wants to hit. So that's really important. So he sees what his plan is. But there are certain stepping stones that he has to hit in order to, execute his plan. So, for example, he doesn't necessarily want to bring certain things like maybe the shipping and production in-house until he hits certain goals. obviously outsourcing to a larger company that does it at scale is sometimes more cost effective on the front end, but in the long term, once you grow a team, you might want to bring your sales, your marketing, your design, your copy, creative, whatever in-house, because it will be more cost effective that way once you need whatever that is on a more consistent basis. So that's basically what he talked about. He said he wants to see 100 sales before he does X, Y, and Z. He wants to see 10,000 sales before he does, 1, 2, 3, and so on. And then he asked me my opinion of it, and that's basically what I told him. Look, it seems like you have a plan laid out. You have goals. If you don't have mile markers, which the example he used was the kind of the mile markers during a marathon. If you don't have those checkpoints, so to speak, then you're not going to know if you're on track to accomplish your plan or not. So how he was preparing was essentially, he laid his plan out. He had those goals set out, and he focused on those as kind of a reward for his company for hitting each of those goals. So I really liked it. I like his plan. I think he's got something good laid out. Another specific example I can give you is this show. So this segment, Morning Brews, and then the show, the main show, Business and Brews, both take a little bit of planning and preparation. So I prepare for each one a little different. And that is because for Morning Brews, I create all the content, so I come up with the topics until, I hear from someone that says, hey, I want you to talk about this topic, and then I'll incorporate that into the day or the week, depending on how general or specific it is. But when I don't hear from people or receive feedback, then I just come up with the content based off of either what's going on with me right now, what I want to talk about, what I want to learn about, things like that. And so basically the difference is with Morning Brews, since there is no guest, I have a Google Doc I use with outline, if you know the different types of text, and I use that. So on the left hand side I have my menu. I can scroll to the date range, select the day of the week, and for example, Thursday, today is the 24th, so I just scrolled down to the March 21st through 25th date range and clicked on it. That took me to my days of the week, and I clicked on Thursday, and then I had my outline with my bullet points there. And then as far as like what I put versus what you guys see, I put the day of the week because I like to put that in the title, and sometimes I say it in the episode. So if you never recorded a podcast or been on video, in fact, if you check out the segment War Stories on the Veteran Talk Show just the other day, I introduced the show as Morning Brews because I do a lot of content, and sometimes if I'm not looking at the plan that's right in front of me, then I will say the wrong thing. So the same goes for the day, the day of the week. And then right under that, because I have started incorporating the ad read for Soldier Girl Coffee Company, I put a little reminder there so I don't forget. I put the title of the episode as I'm going to put it in everything, the file name, the actual title of the video when I publish the videos, and the title of the podcast. And then I put my bullet points. I put the same 3 web addresses or URLs underneath that. Our main one, so you can see all of our content about us. Of course, a link to both shows because Veteran Talk Show and Business and Brews are on the same website now. We're creating that umbrella. and both of our sponsors, Soldier Girl Coffee and Online Rob. And then as I go through the episode, if I mention something that I want to include a link, an affiliate link or something like that, I'll add it here, or at least a memo, and then I'll go source that information or link and add it to that portion of the plan. If I think of something ahead of time that I do want to talk about, I'll include it, links, and all that fun stuff. So that's basically how I plan each section. And then how I prepare is I will sit down whenever I'm going to record, ideally Saturday or Sunday, for an hour or two, so I can knock out several episodes, get them all scheduled, and then I don't have to I don't have to make sure I wake up early to record, because the truth is, that's when you're going to be able to get it done and have some quiet time. So I look at what I have coming up for that day and I review it, so I know what my talking points are. I can think of a couple examples. I don't script the entire show. I'm sure you all can tell that by now. And so I have it right there in front of me. That's why, if you're watching the video, you can see I look over at the camera sometimes, because I have all my recording, my camera and everything on this monitor, and then I have my outline and everything on this monitor. So that's why I look away a lot. I just kind of like the offset of the view, so I'm not looking directly into the camera the whole time. But that's how I prepare for each episode, reviewing the content that I've written down and seeing what my bullet points are. So the last one today we're talking about is embrace the chaos. Basically, the number one thing I wanted to say here is to remember what my platoon sergeant said in the Army, and that is, a plan is a series of events that doesn't happen. Keeping that in mind, don't get frustrated when things go haywire. And for example, yesterday I showed up to work with a goal and the intent of accomplishing that goal, and things pivoted and curveballs got thrown, and I was at work a little longer than I anticipated. I did get a lot done. By the time I went to bed, I definitely felt accomplished, but I just had a completely different goal. It had nothing to do with what I was working on yesterday, but sometimes when fires start, you have to put them out, and that's what I'm here for. So hopefully this is of value to you. Like I said, go get some coffee. Everybody needs coffee. Why not buy it from a veteran-owned coffee company that does CBD coffee and likes to support veterans with PTSD, as well as putting forth efforts to stop veteran suicide. If you like this episode, leave us a 5-star review. Be sure to check out our other segments of Morning Brews, and definitely check out the long form that comes out on Mondays, the Business and Brew Show. We have a ton of awesome guests that have already been up there, and a ton of awesome guests on the schedule for more recording episodes, so be sure to check those out. Make sure you subscribe to this podcast wherever you get your podcasts. That could be on Facebook, iTunes, Spotify, iHeartRadio, CastBox, and a slew of others. Just go to the website, find your favorite, click on the link, subscribe, and tell your friends to subscribe as well. My name is Ryan Smeltz, and I will see you on the next episode of Morning Brews.